What if your biggest risk isn't failing, but never starting at all? Welcome to the Midlife Reinvention Podcast, a podcast helping women in career and life transitions achieve clarity on their next steps so they can transform uncertainty into an energizing next chapter. I'm your host, Kavita Ahuja, and the founder of It's My Time Now Coaching. If you're wondering what's next in your career or life, you are in the right place. Through solo and guest episodes, you'll gain practical tips, tools, and inspiration to help you uncover blocks, gain confidence, and be, do, and have what you want. I rediscovered myself after the age of 50, and I know you can too. It's my time now to help you do just that. I'm so excited you're here. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Midlife Reinvention Podcast. I hope you're doing really well, my friend, and I thank you for being here. If you ever looked around and thought, everyone else is so far ahead, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm even supposed to be doing, this episode is going to hit home for you. Because right now, you're not just doubting your path, you're doubting yourself. And that self-doubt is paralyzing. It's keeping you stuck at the crossroads, scared to move in any direction, because what if you choose the wrong thing again? Let's talk about that right now. I've had many women come to me, especially lately, and it's curious why, perhaps because of the end of summer is approaching and this is a time when we're supposed to start something new, or because we maybe have allowed ourselves the time and luxury to relax, and now we must become serious. They've come to me asking, what should my next steps be, Kavita? I'm just so afraid of choosing the wrong thing again and failing. Does that feel like you? You want a new start, you want to follow your passions, but you remember the pivots you may have made before, maybe even when you left something safe behind, and now you're feeling stuck again. Did I screw it all up? When you are looking for something new, something that is going to make you happy or inspired, it can be very daunting. So, to get ideas, you may end up start looking around, scrolling for inspiration on social media from others, but then ending up spiraling into comparison. You may even journal or meditate or go on retreats or talk to your girlfriends about your passion projects, and yet you still wake up thinking, what the hell am I doing? Every option feels risky, so you do nothing, and the cycle just keeps repeating. You're not alone, my friend, in these feelings of self-doubt which essentially paralyze you. It happened to me. I knew I wanted something different when I was in my corporate job of 25 years. I knew I had something more to offer and more of myself to discover. Yet the self-doubt and fear of choosing the wrong thing, or worse yet, failure, kept me stuck for at least 3 years before I decided to finally make the shift. Let's talk about why I felt like that and why you may be feeling the same way. It's really an identity crisis that I had and that you may be having right now. You used to be someone with direction. Now it feels like you don't even know who you are. Perhaps you've had a job title for a long time, but you don't resonate with that title anymore. Now you're questioning, what is my new title going to be? And you also may be feeling ashamed that at your age or level of experience, you still don't know or haven't figured out what you really want. Trust me, I get it, because I was 52 when these internal dialogues kept on getting louder in my head. If I was to recall then what I was actually saying to myself, I'd realize how unkind and corrosive it was. It eats away at your energy and your creativity and your confidence. So what are you telling yourself right now? I'd like you to write down what you were saying about yourself and look at the harsh things you say to yourself and ask yourself, is this actually true? If you are going to be honest with yourself, you will realize that is absolutely not true. Let me put it this way. If I had listened to those internal voices back then and let them take over, you wouldn't be hearing me today. I wouldn't have started. I would have remained in a life that was fine, but just that, fine, but not exciting nor fulfilling. The reason you are feeling stuck is because you have changed. Your values have changed, your passions have changed, or haven't been explored, and you are continuing to do the same things you've always done because it feels safe. You are not aligned with who you are meant to be or your ikigai or reason for being. But here's the part that we don't talk about enough. Staying stuck isn't neutral. Every day that you don't decide is a day you don't build. While you're spinning in indecision, others, even those with less experience, are gaining momentum simply because they chose a direction, any direction. This limbo you're experiencing because of your self-doubt is exhausting. It's expensive, and frankly, it's costing you time you can't get back. One of the things I often hear from so many women is this: okay, I need to pick the path where I'm least likely to fail. Let me ask you now, my friend, what is your definition of failure? Can I be so bold as to tell you that inaction is the worst type of failure? You think you need clarity to take action, but clarity comes from action. It's not about picking the perfect path, it's about picking a path and committing long enough to get feedback. You don't need a flawless plan, you need momentum. I keep on going back to my own example because truthfully, even now, and in fact almost every day, I ask myself, am I on the right path? Am I successful or am I failing? What I'm going to tell you is that unless and until you actually try something, you will never know. I have pivoted so many times in my business and I'm never going to get it perfect. None of us are. But if we don't even try, then how do we even know what amazing things are ahead of us? So I want you to think about this. Imagine if the goal wasn't to avoid failure, but to start with small, intentional experiments that uncover what actually works for you. I know you've heard about doing these tiny steps and you're probably exhausted hearing about that, but I'm being really honest with you right now. When self-doubt wins, every path feels like a risky one. Don't let it win. Choose one path that feels slightly better than the other and try it. Success is not about certainty or about huge wins. It can be, but it doesn't have to. My measurement of success with my clients is to say, good for you. You wrote that article, or good for you. You walked 5,000 steps today, or good for you. You had that difficult conversation with your toxic boss. All these little things matter, and that will make you successful, and that will slowly allow that internal voice of confidence to win over that internal voice of doubt. So, success isn't about certainty. It's about choosing a path that aligns with who you are right now and moving towards that. Self-doubt and all. But success is also about recognizing when you need support. You may not know exactly where you're going to start walking. Perhaps it's just about someone shining a light on the different paths to walk with you and who knows the terrain. As I transitioned from my long-term corporate career to entrepreneurship, to coaching, and to starting this podcast, I had a lot to learn. I had a lot of self-doubts and still do. I also hesitated at times to ask for help because I thought it was a sign of weakness and that I could figure it out myself, or I thought it was a waste of money or time. But if I hadn't learned from different people, if I hadn't taken the courses, hired the coaches, taken the programs, and trust me, I did spend money on the wrong things, but when you find the right support, the right guidance, it all clicks, and it's like you found a friend holding your hand with vested interest in your path forward. I know what it feels like to be exactly where you are, and I know how sometimes it's hard to trust what we hear. I talk a lot about ikigai here, which is really your reason for being. Do you know what that is for you? As I'm sharing this with you here today, my friend, from my heart, I can honestly say that my ikigai is to help you find yours. It is to finally say no thank you to the self-doubt that is holding you back from choosing any path forward. So, what's your next step? If you're tired of second-guessing everything, letting self-doubt stall your progress, and you're ready to actually start building a future that fits with who you are now, not that one that feels like a gamble, let's talk about it. You and me, one-on-one. I'm here to listen during what is called a breakthrough call. You've heard coaches talking about breakthrough calls or clarity calls or discovery calls before, and you may not know what these are. I'll tell you what it is. It is your opportunity to share where you are right now, what your biggest challenges are, what is holding you back, and what you really want or vision for yourself with someone who is unbiased, experienced, and who will listen to you in a confidential space. That's what a breakthrough call is. And it doesn't mean you have to buy my program or engage with me at all. It's an opportunity for you to be heard. If you don't acknowledge where you are or that you need help finding where you want to be, how are you going to take the first steps to get there? If anything at all that I shared with you today touched you or resonated with you, book your free breakthrough call with me right now, my friend. The link to do so is in the show notes. It's the first link you will see as you scroll down. So take a moment and do that right now. I'm here to guide you along your path, to give you the exact tools that so many women I've worked with have used that have transformed their lives. They were courageous enough to book a call with me and courageous enough to finally not letting their self-doubt stop them. They were bold enough to say with confidence, "It's my time now." It is your time now, my friend. Don't hesitate. Schedule your breakthrough conversation with me now. Your path forward is not risky, it's yours. Until next time, be well and know that you've got this and I've got you.